we must remember that African leaders are going through a very difficult time. Most of them are crying out for help, and we are not listening to them. Our leaders are captured and are being held hostage. But because we are too consumed with omunye pes komunye, we are not listening to them. Our leaders sign secret deals for protection with those who rule and control the world. But because we are too consumed with omunye pes komunye and global citizen, fill up FNB, we are not listening to them. Joseph Kabila came to power on the back of the assassination of his father. When his father was assassinated, those who had masterminded the assassination of his father propelled him to the seat of presidency to take over from his father. Since then, the DRC has never known peace. Why has peace eluded the DRC? It's because those who are interested in control.
KC Records. J Drama on the beat.
Yani ghafla inawasha data tu na kutapicha mtandaoni zimene siku data pressure juu siamini ikinachochea kama ni kweli ama ni ndoto za mchana ondoka kwa heli sisi bado tunakomea sana kweli Mungu mkali kaonyesha makucha yake tuzidishe kusali tukumbuke tarudi kwake forever. Bye 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 oh bye 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 walikupenda sana bye bye nakukumbuka sana bye nakuomea sana bye oh bye.
That Katanganese jungle, they liquidated his remains in acid, scattered his remains in the jungle. Today, we recognize the United Nations with its hollow posturing as nothing but puppets of imperialism and neocolonialism. When they meet in Geneva, the question is always, how do we share the cake? And the cake is the DRC. When the Roman Catholic Church meets, when the bishops meet, the predominant question is not how do we save the people of the DRC. The predominant question is always how do we share this magnificent cake, which is the DRC. When the European Union meets in Brussels, the predominant question is not how do we save a people that has suffered for so long. The predominant question is always how do we share the magnificent cake. So Kabila and Felix Tshisekedi are being propped up by the CIA. Martin Fayulu, a former ExxonMobil executive, that's a puppet of global capital. He's being propped up by the EU and the Roman Catholic Church. So you must understand that the Cold War is still there. And Edward, the playground is the DRC. When Mwalimu Julius Nyerere warned us that white people will not kill each other anymore for the plunder of African resources. In fact, it has 1.3 billion people. Individually, the separate African nations will not present a market that can spearhead development.
Free trade area, number 3.
Number 3, we need a common currency. we are relying on separate currencies that cannot compete with the US dollar. If we have an African currency, we will be able to come out of the situation whereby we will demand anyone outside Africa who wants to do business with us to trade with us in that single unit of account. So
basically, sum it up, because we will run out of time.
In summary,
yes,
Africa needs to unite. A unified African government buttressed by the strength of an all-African military high command will be able to compete with the global powers out there and will be able to determine its destiny. Remember that who is at spearheading the destabilizational agenda in Central Africa? He is persecuting political opponents, and the international community looks the other way because he is serving the international community.
What could have gone wrong then? Because Rwanda has been hailed as one of the success stories, democratically speaking, in Africa.
But that's what the media would like us to believe, that Rwanda is a success story. When a puppet does the bidding of his masters, he will be idolized. He will be worshipped by the media. The media would want us to believe in Africa that leaders who are busy persecuting their own people, killing their own people, like Paul Kagame and Museveni, are the darlings of the international community. So
Mitole,
we tend to worship those
leaders. Let's leave it there for now.
Thank you so much.
Let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much
for having me.
Appreciate it. Well, that is Edward Mitole. He's an Africa analyst giving us an update on the developments in Rwanda and, of course, the DRC, as the country will be going for elections in just a few days.